Hello and welcome to another random review on how to. Today I'm going to be putting an outdoor spigot in here in my basement. I'm tying in, I'm right underneath my kitchen. So I'm going to kind of go through the steps there and explain what I'm doing. Just so you know up front, I'm using SharkBite fittings to connect into my existing copper. And then I also got some PEX that I'm using just because I didn't want to deal with using copper all the way around. PEX is super easy. So I got a bunch of that. I'll link to all this. This is all, I could get all this on Amazon. Bunch of fittings. That way I had what I needed, and what I don't use I'm going to send back. For the outdoor spigot, I'm actually using this SharkBite anti-siphon frost-free silicock. I'm going to link to all of this down below if you want to see what I'm using. So my game plan here is first identifying outside where I'm going to be. So I'm going to show you, this is my back patio right through this wall. This is the corner. So I have a nice clean corner to measure off of. So I'm measuring just from that corner right there over to where this is at, and then I'm deciding how high I want to go. Now, when you're looking at your foundation outside, you got your block that goes up above your foundation or the ground level, and depending on where you're at in your house, it's going to vary. But then when you come in here, you can see that I have our board that sits on top of the block, and then I have my outside board going like that. This is about 10 inches from the bottom of this block to the top, so I know I have 10 inches to work with. I'm going to go in between these two, so I have my measurement from this corner all the way over, and then I know I got 10 inches. I'm going to try to put it about 6 to 7 inches within there. I'm going to go on the outside and drill in, and then I'm going to tee this right here, go up, elbow, PEX, and go right out to the faucet. So it's going to be a little bit tight of a connection here. I'm going to start with this one. This is cold water, and then I got my hot water one right here, but you can see it's a little tougher to get to. It's still doable. So we're going to do this first. This is what this video is going to be on, is just a cold one, showing what I'm doing. First thing you're going to want to do is turn off your water. So I went around, find where your water comes in the house. There should be a couple different shutoff valves. Shut the water off coming in. And then at a low point where you could find it, go ahead and drain. So open up your faucet. Kind of in the basement. That's where I have a bathroom down here. So I open up all my basement faucets, let everything start running and draining. And then I went up to the third floor and opened the faucet. That way it could just pull the air in and let it go. So let's go ahead around the house outside and see what we're dealing with on the outside. Okay, so we're at the outside of the house here, and I'm going to show you here. This is that corner I was talking about. So I actually know that the corner is measured off of this because this block, instead of being this way, was turned, and that's where the corner of the wall exists. You can see here, there's all that outside stuff I was talking about. Here's the patio. There's Rossi boy. So again, want the water for this backside here. My kitchen's right in here. There's my faucet. You can kind of see it through the window. So I know, relatively speaking, I got to come over here. I'm somewhere in this vicinity. Got my tape measure though, so I'm measuring from that corner over. I know that I have to go 72 inches this way, and then 7 inches from where I'm assuming. So that top block we were talking about, that's right here. And if you look over there, you can see right there's the wood. So it kind of comes out, and then over here it's covered a little bit. So I'm just going to actually measure from the bottom of that corner to there. And I'll know it's probably about 2 inches. So I'm going to assume that from the bottom of this vinyl, as long as it's straight, and I'm actually going to check that with the level. As long as this is straight, then I know that I'll measure up wherever 2 inches, go 7 up from there, 72 over. It's probably right around this mark that I made earlier. So I'm going to go ahead and drill through using this drill bit. I'm hoping that gets me all the way through everything. And then there's my spigot. You can see on these spigots too, they want you to do it at a 5-degree angle, and they got this little piece in here that's going to give it a little bit of an angle up. So when it's sitting at angles, and they say that's why it creates the air gap in there that you need for the frost. So we're going to do our best to give it a little bit of an angle. I'm not sure. Rossi, do you know what 5 degrees is? All right, so he doesn't know, I don't know. We'll go from there. So here we go. Let's get drilling. Two up. Here. You hold that right there in that little crack. Right around there. Let it go. From here, we're gonna go. I could go down a little bit. I'm gonna go right at 6. Yep. Put that on drill. So when you start drilling and doing stuff, you start thinking, well, how could I do this better to make sure I'm in the right spot? Because that's the only thing that's on my mind right now. Am I in the right spot? So I got another bit. I use the hole. Get all the way through. That was easy. And now, so there we go. Some of the pieces are coming out now. And that way, when I got my hole inside, I could definitely drill the second one. That's much easier. Oh, I'm almost through. There we go. See that hole? There you go. Actually, I just wanted to show, there's the hole. You can see the light. Go ahead and stick my pipe through. So temporarily it's in there, but then this way on the inside I could see exactly where I got to be lined up. What do you think, bro? Safety first. Glad you're wearing the helmet. Back inside here, you see, I couldn't have put that closer to where I wanted it if I tried. Well, I guess I did try. So now the plan, this is pulled all the way in, and that's about where it's going to be. So if I pull that, you can see I got it in there. So now I don't have a ton of room to work here. I got to see how my elbow is going to go. Maybe that changes where I want it. Maybe I'll go a T here, up, and then over. Let me sit and drink coffee for the next hour. Figure it out. All right, now for this part, I'm a little bit tighter, but I'm going to put a T right here. Go up, over to there. Got a bucket I'm going to catch the water with. And then I got this little rigid pipe cutter. This is a 1/2 inch to 3/4. So I'm going to go ahead and cut here. Fitting, and then here's my SharkBite T. If you've ever seen these before, they're awesome. You just push it in and it clamps on. So we're going to cut it. We're going to sand or clean out the two edges of that, the insides, the outsides, and then put this in right here. Going up, elbow out, go over. So it's going to be a very tight plumb, but that's all right. Water's off. Perfect draining. Just to measure, we're going to make our marks. After we know how far in these got to go, I'm just going to kind of guesstimate that and then make my marks so we could stick this all together and get it put in. And once we get that piece in, we'll measure to this one. Now, am I using the right cloth to do the metal? No, I'm not. This is all I got. A little bit of sandpaper. So, gonna have to do for now. T on. There we go. So now I see this pipe here, it's my lead. But then this one was up a little bit, right? So I'm gonna make it just about even with this piece of wood here. And then I'm gonna angle it the way I want it. And then I'm gonna kind of eyeball here where the start of it is and where I'm going to have to cut to. There. Line that up. I'm going to snap it in. There. That's all put together. What's nice about these two is once you have them on and they're, sealed or attached, shark bitten in, they spin a little bit, so you got a little bit of give. Probably should have a better way to do this, but I think I'll build from here over. Try to hit this. I got my piece of PEX. I got my 1/2 inch here. I got this one right there. So again, there's a little blade in there. You stick this piece in and twist it around. You see, if you can see that there's a little bit of blue that came out. Gave it just a nice edge. Go ahead and push this piece. And I should probably, maybe I should secure that on the outside first, huh? That way it's final. Good thinking. All right, I'm going to go outside, zip this in where it needs to be. That way this is stationary. And then I could really be more precise because right now this is just wiggling. So, hey, I'm a web designer. So for this, I just got some outdoor screws. A nice big gob of this out. Some plumber's putty. And this is going to just create a seal. Now you can come in and caulk it if you want with some, you know, outdoor. But I'm just going to use some plumber's putty here for this part. So I'm just going to put that together, push that right against the edge there. We'll really push that in. Take this knob off. There. So there we go. So that is in. Tighten it. I know. Don't just use a screwdriver. Use a screwdriver. Dude. Yeah, I know. So here's what we'll do. We'll actually come out of here, elbow over and grab it. Come in. Make sure there's nothing in there. There we go. It gives us our angle. We're going to cut off another little piece of the PEX. That way I have some grip to cut them. Shoot! Cut my hand. See how easy that is? Alright, so little 1/2 inch. Slice that. I'm really going now. Go ahead and grab that piece. There we go. We know exactly where we're going to fit these. So I'm going to push that in. First I'm going to go get my hand and stop bleeding. One injury. Got an injury already. Dang it. I'm back. I am bleeding, but I'm back. Little cut. I don't know what the heck area I cut there, but it is not happy. All right, so here we're going to measure off. Now I do have a little bit of give with these plastic pieces, but I want it to be as close to what I need as possible. Cut that. Nice and smooth on that edge. We're going to go ahead and stick this piece in and secure it all the way. So snap. There we go. We're bit in hard. Shark bit. SharkBite. Ooh, ha, ha. All right. Somebody come over. Cut out there first. Not cut the finger off. Clean that. Pop that in. There we go. Oh. And now I see where I'm lined up here. Okay. So I'm just going to get my marker once more. Ooh, my mark is still good. My original mark holds up. I'm so smart. So smart, Rossi. Uh-huh. You are. Thanks, buddy. Glad you're on my team. Now we're just going to guide that back in. Snap it all together. There we go. So,
Daddy.
now that we're all together, I'm just going to double check, push everything. And then the real test comes. We're going to go turn the water back onto the house and hopefully this doesn't spray everywhere. Turn the water back on. Had my son watch this area. No leaks. I mean, that is super easy to do. So
It's not, son. It's not.
nothing's leaking here. We'll just keep our eye on that. You know, you obviously want to listen, make sure nothing decides it wants to pop off after all that pressure hits it. But let's go test it outside. All right. Here's the real test. Came back out. We have water. All right, so that was how to install a spigot outside. If you like this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you want any of the tools that I used, I have them all linked down below here, including the different pipes I use, the PEX, all that. Faucet, it's all down below linked. Click that, make sure you hit that subscribe button, put a comment down below, hit us a like, all that, all helps us, helps you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.